Welcome, family, to another edition of Stranger Thinking Media, where we bring you the gospel of Yahusha HaMashiach, Jesus the Christ, to address the problems of a modern world. So, stay tuned. We have an awesome show for you today. Hi, this is STEM News and I'm Rachel Israel with some breaking news. This new Cold War seems to be heating up and gaining momentum. It now looks like there is a real possibility that this Cold War is heading for a hot war between nuclear powers.
Are these globalists trying to start World War III? It sure as heck seems that way. And clearly the destruction of the United States is their main goal, by the way. Just look at the markets. It's turmoil. A war in the Middle East is the perfect cover for these globalists to implement the Great Reset. Take away your cars, take away your cash, control your movements. They tried it during COVID, and now they're trying to make it happen again fully.
Is this just part of a globalist agenda to plunge the world into all-out war? Of course, most rational people, especially those who grew up during the first Cold War between the United States and the then Soviet Union, would think a hot war between two card-carrying members of the nuclear arms club insanity. However, we are indeed living in different times now, where the threat of nuclear annihilation is not enough to stop the march towards a one-world order. What does Tucker Carlson think?
So they can't lose. They will do anything to win. So how do they do that? They're not going to do COVID again. I know everyone on the right's afraid they're going to do COVID and mask mandate. They're not going to do that. They can't do that. If they've already been exposed, that won't work. There's going to be, no, what are they going to do? They're going to go to war with Russia is what they're going to do. There will be a hot war between the United States and Russia in the next year. And
really?
Yes, of course. They want it anyway.
A former Marine and weapons inspector has his doubts as to whether or not the United States military is up to the coming task. His says that there is a shortfall of personnel in the Army due to a lack of new recruits. Let's see what he has to say.
The clearest signs yet that Russia and China are not bluffing. They just quietly maneuvered their nuclear assets into positions to mount an offensive against NATO. Warning NATO, stop it now. You're sending another $100 billion into Ukraine and now to the Middle East. You're putting aircraft carriers in our backyard. Stop provoking us by positioning all of these war assets right in our backyard, or we will attack you. And if that happens, we will not be able to stop it, by the way. Former U.S. Marine, former U.S. weapons inspector Scott Ritter just told me that our military would lose and lose badly.
The United States Army just had a shortfall in recruiting. They are literally tens of thousands of personnel short of what their authorized manning strength is, which means instead of expanding the U.S. Army, they have to shrink it. They don't have enough men or women to fill the ranks. And so certain units, certain capabilities are being taken down to zero because you don't have manpower to do this. And now Congress is talking about beefing up with what? Are you going to go to a draft? Have you run that by the American people?
With the United States positioning its naval forces in the Middle East, Russia and China have maneuvered their assets into position to mount an offensive against NATO. They are warning NATO to stop sending billions of dollars to Ukraine and the Middle East.
Взяли, затащили две авиационные группировки в Средиземное море. Хочу сказать, это не угроза, то, что сейчас по моему поручению военно-воздушные силы, военно-космические силы России начинают на постоянной основе патрулирование в нейтральной зоне воздушного пространства над Черным морем. И наши самолеты МиГ-31 вооружены комплексами «Кинжал».
So Putin is now patrolling the Black Sea for the first time ever, putting hypersonic missiles in place. And just so you understand, these Kinzhal missiles cannot be shot down by anything that the United States has in its arsenal. Again, nothing we have can shoot these down.
Well, that's the news for tonight. This is Rachel Israel signing off. Thank you so much for supporting our content. If you did enjoy this video, hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe and turn on the notification bell, and share this with your friends and family. I'm sure they would find it interesting as well. We here at STEM News wish you all a good night.